So this week, instead of a typical mix breakdown of the song that I released called You Gotta Break It All, I thought I would do a video breakdown because so many people have been asking about how I make my videos for Music Monday. So that's what I'm going to tell you about today. The first thing that you should know is that I use an editing program called ScreenFlow. It's a wonderful program because I'm a YouTuber and it can record multiple sources at a time. So for example, right now it's recording my webcam, the microphone. It can also do screen recording at the same time and the audio coming off of my desktop at the same time, which is exactly what we're going to be doing in a second. So let's quickly take a look at the project. So this is what the editor looks like when I get to it. I mean, without all the clips down here at the bottom. So what this is the soundtrack, right? This is my mastered file of the song. And then above it are all of these clips that I use. So you guys are about to get the big secret. Where do I get all my footage from? I get it from ScreenFlow. This is one of the things that I love about this program. When I need to, get interesting looking footage, I can go up to here, this is my clip window. And, this would be all the actual, like if I had my own clips of my own footage, which we will be looking at later for a different video, it would be living in here. In this particular case, it's all the clips that I used for this video. Now, when I want to find this footage, here's what I do. I come up here, I click on this tab right here, and then I can search anything that I want, right? So if I want to see let's say a bicycle, right? Boom, bicycle footage. There it is. If I want cars, there are car footage. If I want a guitar, bam, guitar footage, right? So this is by far the easiest way, at least for me, to get free footage that is license free. I can use it however I want and whenever I want it. And this is it. It's pretty simple. Now, I will say when I piece these things together, like in this case of the video that came out this week for You Gotta Break It All. Now, of course, maybe some of you already know, I started that song, like normal. Well, I started that Monday, totally normally, wrote a whole song, but somewhere around 1 o'clock, I just really hated what I had come up with. So I think this is probably one of the first times, maybe the actual first time where I abandoned the song and started all over, which meant that I sort of lost about 4 hours of that workday. Which meant that I didn't have time to shoot any footage of me singing or playing instruments or anything like that, which I thought was okay because I've never made a video without myself in it. So that's why I did it this time. I was like, yeah, why not? Let's do it this time. I'm always trying to do something a little bit different in each video. I try to. It's not always easy. It's one-day productions, it is what it is. So anyway, when I assemble these things, I just try to listen to the lyrics really closely, and then I just find things that I think reflect the message that I'm trying to send more or less, right? So in this case, like the chorus is you gotta break it all or you gotta take it all, right? It's like you gotta do it all kind of thing, right? So in this particular case, where are we here? This looks like about the chorus, right? So here's what it is, right? So in this case, it was people exercising. Like you got to do everything you got to do to get what you want out of life. That's the message I had written, and that's the message that I tried to convey with the video. Here is a sample of that. You gotta get it all. You gotta get it all. You have to push yourself to the breaking point. You have to make it all. You gotta break it all. Right? All of that footage came straight out of ScreenFlow. So that's where I get my footage, you guys. It's really awesome and really easy to use. It's nice that it's searchable. It works, and it makes my life so much easier when I need footage. Okay, so let's look at a more standard project. This is from 2 weeks ago. This is Happiness Begins to Unfurl. And in this video, I actually did use my own footage. And for some of it, obviously, this was some of the stock footage that I have available. And in this case, it was just vocal tracks, so it makes it nice and easy. So I wanted to show you exactly how I do this. So let's come over here. Actually, I'm going to grab all of this and let's make a space for it. Okay. So when I do this, right, I will throw in the audio track. I will make my master of it and I'll bring the audio in. Then I come up here and I bring my footage that I've created into the editor. And then to sync it up, here's what I do, okay? Super, super easy. Now you're gonna get some real secret stuff here. I'm glad this video probably won't get watched all that widely because I do end up lip syncing and, you know, playing along to these tracks. It's just, again, One Day Productions is the fastest way for me to do it, is to lip sync for the videos and stuff. Also helps with the acting and the movement that I want to do in the video. That way I'm not recording myself like dancing around and being crazy and all that stuff. So anyway, so in this particular thing here, let's mute. So we're going to mute the original track just so you can hear, not smooth them, mute them. Okay, we're going to, and so here's what it sounds like. Right, so that's the audio from the camera. It's recording the monitors in my studio. I just push play.
Soon the day comes, you will go.
Okay, now obviously I am really singing, but it's not what you're actually hearing. All the vocal tracks have been done at this point in the video process, right? So here's what I do next, okay? So I would come down here and I can detach the audio track from this, which makes it a lot easier to see it. Come down here, I'm gonna detach the audio. And what I'm basically looking for is the top of it, right? So let's say, let's come back and unmute this now. Okay, we're gonna unmute that. And so I'm looking at this audio track from the camera, right? So I'm gonna zoom in a little bit and we're just looking for this very first hit. It makes it pretty easy, you guys. I want this clip and I hit T on my keyboard to split this track. Everything at the top of it has been highlighted already, so I can just hit delete, boom, it goes away. Then I grab this and I jam it all the way to the left there. And it doesn't look all that bad off. It looks pretty good. Looks like it's might be right on. Let's look.
The day comes.
I got it right in the first track. You think I do this a lot? Now sometimes, you know, let's say I got it a little bit wrong, and if it was off, it would sound like this.
You will go.
Right? You can, I'm sure, hear that delay.
Must keep moving. This I know.
Right? So what I would do here, and especially if like the footage audio was a little low, one of the great things about ScreenFlow is it has this option right up here. It says smooth volume levels, which is more or less like a auto mastering thing. It's not really mastering, but it brings the levels up. It does add its own compressor and stuff. And sometimes these waveforms of my video audio will be a little bit low, and I need to be able to see the peak moments so I can line it up, right? So in this particular case, I would look for something like, let's see what's down here. So this moment right here, this looks good to me. And so now you can just see the footage down below is just too far to the right. So I just bring it back, and again, here's what it sounds like. It's really off. I moved it a little more for the example's sake. But anyway, just bring it back until it's in time with that guy. And it also helps to sort of look up and down the line. Looks pretty good.
I can in you in strange ways. Keep your head up.
Okay, more or less, that sounds pretty darn close to me. So what I would do now then is mute the audio from the video track that I have created, and then we will watch just the video with my actual recording of the song.
Anyway, you are too strong to be knocked far down.
Okay, looks a little bit off. It's funny, I should have just left it alone. I had it at the top, right? No, I wanted to show you guys like how I sync my video. And that might have just been me singing it poorly.
No matter what time will do.
I think that's probably what was happening in that particular shot. You know, I never memorize these lyrics, so sometimes when I look away from my lyric sheet, I get them wrong. And that's the nice thing about having 3 or 4 different video clips to choose from. So when I make a mistake like that, I can just cut to something else. Now, okay, so let's just get rid of this because we don't need this anymore. Let's look at the actual video. And I can just show you, you know, I mean, I peppered in my stuff. I peppered in some found footage. All of it combined tells the story of the lyrics that I wanted to tell. And then it shows me performing the song. I didn't have to, in this one, there's no instruments. Sometimes I record all the instruments. Sometimes I just do vocals, and this week I did none of it, right? But that's basically the part that you never have seen before, the video making part. Now, as far as equipment goes, I do use, like in this particular video, I shot with my iPhone. I believe this was my iPhone. And other times I use my Canon T2i, which is still a totally viable DSLR camera. I do have a whole other video that I recently made about the equipment that you need to make videos like I make, plus some shooting tips. I'm going to leave a link for that down below. I know I say that a lot and then sometimes don't leave the links. I'm going to do that this time. But I like using multiple cameras. Sometimes I want it to look a certain way, and so the Canon T2i will be brought out, but it makes much bigger files. The transferring of the files to the computer, it's a much slower process, but I end up with much better looking footage. Now, the iPhone looks totally awesome, looks very contemporary as far as the footage goes. It looks good when you look at it on TVs and stuff. And the one thing I really like about using my iPhone 10 is that it just makes everything so much faster. I can get the footage to my computer in a matter of seconds. It's easy to edit it because they're not huge files. There's lots of advantages to using your iPhone. And don't remember, if you know how to white balance your iPhone and you have some decent lighting, you're totally set. You can really make some really fun and good looking videos with just an iPhone these days. It is amazing. You don't have to go out and spend tons of money. But if you want that like real sort of semi-cinematic look, a good DSLR will really do that for you. And I love the Canon T2i. In Europe, you guys called it the 550D. It's just a great camera. Still shoots in 1080p, which is by far the standard HD format, and it looks great. It has like a nice warm character to it, and I have a couple of lenses. I have like a really short one and a big wide angle lens for it. And lenses for Canons tend to be inexpensive, especially compared to Nikon and stuff like that. But anyway, there's a whole other video about the equipment that I use. I talk about the equipment, the shots, different shots you can use to make the videos more interesting. So I think that about covers it all. I hope you guys enjoyed a little bit of a look on how I make these videos of mine on Monday. If you still want a mix breakdown, like an actual music mix breakdown, leave some comments down below and let me know. And I'll try to spit that out this week for you, because otherwise I'm traveling this weekend. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna have time to shoot a video for you guys for the weekend, but if you did want a regular mix breakdown of this week's song, I can do that, all right? So I think that about covers all of it. You guys are the best, and I really appreciate you watching. Patrons out there, you guys, so thankful that you are supporting the channel. It really, really does help, and I really, really appreciate it. Genuinely, wholeheartedly, really appreciate everybody's support. If you guys like these videos that I make and want to see more of them, please find my Patreon page, because that is by far, like most dead serious statement here, that Patreon page is keeping GarageBand and Beyond alive. The ad revenue is pathetic these days, and I really need, some income from this project. And all that money from Patreon really does go back into GarageBand and Beyond. So you guys really are the ones supporting the channel and making sure that content comes out on time and regularly, because without you guys, I wouldn't be able to do this. So thank you. I think that's all I need to say. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, have an awesome day, you guys. Peace and love.